How's it going? Nathan here from Monkey Rock Mountain Bike Company. I just got a few different bikes here, a few different mountain bikes to show you. You know, there's a difference between each of these. A couple of them are pretty old, still running 26-inch wheels. They'll never die, you know. So this one here on my left is a trusty old steed that a lot of people would have had sort of 10 years ago or something like this. So this kind of bike, no suspension in the back, you know, a little bit in the front. We're in quite a leant over riding position. So this is pretty good for hammering out Ks. If you're that kind of rider that wants to go smash out 10 to 20 Ks on a Sunday afternoon and that's your cup of tea, this is the bike for you, you know. Something that you don't need all that suspension and fancy stuff, that's going to do everything you want. Whereas then we move on to a bike like this next to me. This here is a little bit more of an enduro style bike, which is designed a little bit more for not just going up hills, but also down hills. Obviously we've got a bit more suspension in the back here to make the ride a little bit easier. Doesn't also only make the ride easier, it also gives you more traction in the rear of the bike by keeping that wheel planted in the ground. So the other thing with this is, as I said with that one, you're in a little bit of a leant over position. This one here pulls you back a little bit, so when you're going down a hill, you're in a more stable position and your weight's more centered over the bottom bracket rather than over the front of the bike. Okay, and then the third bike we've got here is, I guess, pretty new to the mountain bike world in the last, 5 to 10 years. It's an e-bike. So pretty much the same as a regular mountain bike. This one's got a little bit bigger wheels than the old one, and the main difference with this is we've got an electric motor down here. Okay, so that just kicks us along a little bit. Now, a lot of people will say this type of bike is perfect for when you get to your 60s and you can't ride uphill anymore, okay? So that's a load of rubbish. Alright, so this bike here is for, I guess, reinvigorating that spirit of riding a mountain bike, going out for a 50k ride, and when you want to have a little bit of a fun, or a squirt, it's easy to do that because you're not absolutely thrashed from going up all those hills or riding into a headwind the whole time. So the electric motor, you can set that at different levels of assistance so you get your type of workout that's good for you. And then when you want to come to, you might come to some windy corners and that sort of thing and you want to give it a little bit, whack it and boost and have some fun. That's what riding a bike is all about, having as much fun as you possibly can. And that's why it's important to choose the bike that you're going to get the most fun out of. Alright, so when I go out trail riding, I usually take a couple of things with me, just to make sure that not only I keep the old motor going, but also keep the bike going as well. So I usually take with me a camel pack because I go on tours and we do social rides, different bits and pieces with the club and friends and that sort of thing, so it's good to have a little bit of gear with you, So I like the camel pack because you can fit a couple of litres of water in there, no worries. I don't feel it, when I'm doing jumps on the bike. I just don't like a drink bottle on it. Some people are different, but yeah, for me, I prefer this system, okay? And a couple of things I carry with me, I always carry a first aid kit with me, okay? Number one reason for this, as I said, I ride with a few groups, so you never know when you're going to need something like that. And especially in Denmark, I'm not as familiar with Albany, but in Denmark, over the likes of the Whale Trail, places like that, there are a lot of snakes during the summer period. So, I always take like a snake bandage, that sort of thing with me as well. So, also in here, my bag of goodies. So, I got an inner tube here, and with that, I have a canister there. Somewhere in here, I've got a connector for that canister. So I'm a little bit lazy. I don't like to pump my tyres up on the trail, especially when my only pump is this big. So you're not getting too much air pressure into it, so I really like the canister to be able to just screw it on, pump up my tyre, I'm done in like 2 seconds flat, I got a little tyre lever with me as well. I've actually got 2 of those. And then I just take a few little tools with me. I've got a chain brake, some Allen keys, and some torque wrenches, and a couple of screwdrivers in there. I believe this one's also got a little knife in it as well, so just in case you need to, you know, get into a little bit of fixing your bike while you're on your trail. Now I don't actually have any with me, but what we do usually take with us as well is some of these. Okay, so these are for your chain. So a real simple product. They're about $7 each. You just buy the type that suits your chain, whether it's a 7/8 speed, 10 or 11, 12, whatever. They're all different. But it just means if you break your chain on the trail, super easy to fix, you know, and you're back on the road.